Electoral Act, National Assembly, a very mischievous organization. Sagi, welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Prof. Ise Sagi San, chairman of a Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, PACAC, has labeled the Ninth National Assembly as a very mischievous organization for introducing selfish clauses into the bill, which delayed the assent by President Muhammadu Buhari. Well, this particular news article borders on the Electoral Act, which would have made Nigeria, which would have made a lot of citizens of Nigeria be willing to come out to vote. In fact, it would have been what we call the first ever free and fair elections come 2023 had it been it was signed into bill. But unfortunately, that bill was not signed into bill. But rumors have it that they actually changed and adjusted it, and actually it has been signed into law. How true it is, we're still yet to confirm. The news in detail, please stay with us. Speaking in an interview with Daily Independent on Friday, Sage, who described President Buhari as a generous leader for signing the bill into law, said if he were the president, he would have declined assent to return the bill to the National Assembly until the proper thing is done. According to him, when the bill was first sent to the president, he declined assent and asked the lawmakers to remove the direct primaries clause and return it for signing. He, however, said the National Assembly added several other self-serving things in the bill before returning it to the president. President Buhari has been very generous in signing it. The National Assembly is a very mischievous organization. The last time the bill was sent, what President Buhari was against the issue of direct primaries. The whole idea was take back the bill, remove the primaries, and send it back to me for assent. However, the National Assembly removed the direct primary clause and then put other selfish things that will help them to get elected more easily at the expense of other groups of public servants. That is what created a confusion, and that is why Buhari could not sign it on time. If I were him, I would not sign it, but I will give kudos to generosity in signing it. I convict and condemn the National Assembly for acting in bad faith and in subterfuge for going behind and introducing certain things outside the bill itself, which caused the delay. Sage also faulted Nigerians who were criticizing the president without knowing the real reason why he delayed appending a signature to the bill. However, the public is so undiscerning in this country. You see the public moving immersed in one direction like herdsmen. Nobody is thinking. The first time these people introduced direct primaries which were not on the act, then everybody was condemning Buhari for objecting to it, which I agree with him entirely because that was not the act that was agreed. The lawmakers only did that for themselves. The president sent it back and said, take away direct primaries and return it for me for assent, but they still put some devious things for themselves. That was why I said they're very lucky that it is Buhari who is a generous man who signed it. If it is me, I would not sign it. I will still send it back until disciplined to be able to do things in a straightforward manner. I don't understand. How is it that he's generous? Because I don't understand this when you're saying he's generous. He's just supposed to be generous. He's supposed to be there to be competent. Please, sir, what have they added that makes them mischievous? You have not been able to identify one clause they added for themselves. You are one of those misleading the president. Oh my God. Are you sure you're not the one being mischievous in this particular stand? Well, we are yet to see the clause. Sincerely, we are yet to even be told this is the exact clause that was fixed. I believe this is what we are going to find out ourselves later. Okay. Irresponsible old man calling an assembly of about 470 distinguished Nigerians mischievous organization. It's Sage is evil-hearted. That is why the prof said you guys just act like mob. Criticizing him without knowing the reasons for his statement. Do you want to say you have seen the whole bill and can relate to what he's saying? He works on the bill and knows what it means, and if our lawmakers very well, you will not be using the word distinguish when it comes to them. Did you see him show one thing that is devious or beneficiary to the lawmakers in the amended act to enlighten Nigerians and sign the Electoral Act. This goes to show how mischievous he is too to things that will benefit the masses. Where this bill, let us see this bill that they're even talking about. Is it because of a clause that requires you as a political appointee to resign if you want to contest for any elective position? So you want to always kick your cake and have it. He never said so. These political appointees have always used the state apparatus to gain undue advantage over other competitors in every given election in this country. So whatever ulterior motive the National Assembly members have for introducing that clause, I don't care, but support it. There are only very few Nigerians who are not self-serving, including if you are in the mass. If you are in the NAS, you would do worse. Well, left to me, I cannot draw any conclusions because had it been he came out openly and said this is actually the clause they added, this is what was written, then we are going to be able to see what exactly he's talking about and be able to discern if really they are mischievous as he poses them to be. Of course, we know that some people in our National Assembly, we know that they're very dubious and mischievous. Some of them. Of course, it's not news at all. One of the Southern slaves supporting the invaders and the hawks troubling true Nigerians. Okay. The professor is the confused one here. The Electoral Act is not an executive bill but an act of the National Assembly, who have been overgenerous with the president. The president can inject what they deem right for the nation and veto executive objections. Regardless, it is closer dictators like Professor Sagi that turn men in power into mini-god. The NAS is not super servant to the president. The only thing they need to consider is if their additions made the aspirations of those they are representing not whether the president like it. Even the issue of direct primaries, in serious claims they can veto the president and heaven will not fall. Who among them is not looking for advantages over others? The governors seek for shat will make them alpha and the omega in the domain. Where is the fairness to other contenders if the president or governor appoints his Dominist Convention delegate? Saga is one of the ancient doors that need to be uprooted. Over to you, Ninja Minami. You will fear danger. Those in the NAS are they going to stay there forever? Why law is made to serve all? We have selfish people in that NAS, but that will not make the president not to sign the electoral law just to start from somewhere, because good things are there more than the bad one they inserted. Okay, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the day.